My lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sail.
What you just saw just barely scratched the surface of the sheer amount of plastic waste harming the earth. Plastic is used so much by people in everyday life to the point where the waste it produces is now one of the most devastating and urgent issues we face today. Plastic waste is currently one of the Earth's most significant problems because it is extremely harmful to aquatic ecosystems, it has health effects on both animals and people, and because we need to reduce the amount of plastic we use in our lives. My first point is that single-use plastic is extremely harmful to bodies of water, mainly oceans. The first reason why is that the amount of plastic in the oceans is enormous. There are billions of pounds of plastic in the oceans, making up approximately 40% of global ocean surfaces. This includes the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is 94% plastic and twice the size of Texas. This extreme amount of plastic in the oceans can't be ignored, and it isn't even the worst part. The worst part is that saying that the plastic will remain in the oceans for a long time is an understatement. Plastic isn't biodegradable, which means it will stay in the oceans for approximately 1,000 years. This means that even if we completely stop all plastic use right now, the damage has already been done.
But wait! There's more!
Plastic production is expected to increase by approximately 40% in the next decade. Not only will this contribute to the already immense and rapidly growing amount of plastic in the oceans, but this growth will also contribute to air pollution as well. This brings me to my next point, which is that plastic waste has negative health effects on wildlife and humans. For example, as a result of plastic waste in the oceans, marine life populations are being drastically reduced. In the North Pacific alone, fish eat approximately 12,000 to 24,000 tons of plastic every year, which either causes injury or death. Sea turtles will also mistake plastic for food. This will either kill them quickly, or it will trick them into thinking they're full of food, making them starve to death. Marine mammals either get tangled in plastic or eat it. Birds are also negatively affected by plastic waste. Hundreds of thousands of them eat plastic every year, to the point where approximately 60% of bird species have eaten plastic, which is expected to reach 99% by 2050, based on the amount of plastic in oceans and landfills. This shows that not only marine life is impacted by plastic, and this will only get worse as time goes on. Plastic waste also causes health problems for humans. Due to the fact that marine life eats plastic, they become contaminated with toxins. When people eat aquatic animals, we are at risk of ingesting these toxins, whose effects include causing cancer, immune system problems, and birth defects. Not only is the environment and wildlife at risk, but so is our health. There is so much plastic waste that there are almost no people who haven't been exposed to this contamination to some degree.
Lastly, we need to use less plastic in our lives. Individuals currently contribute more to plastic waste as a whole than they think. An individual currently produces around half a pound of plastic waste per day. Half a pound of plastic per day doesn't really sound like that much on its own, but it builds up over time. And I would be a hypocrite if I didn't mention how I most likely do this too. For example, in my lifetime, based on this logic, I've probably used 3,000 pounds of plastic waste in total, which is the same weight as a white rhinoceros. If each individual has a large negative impact on plastic waste, it also means individuals can make a difference if we use less plastic in our lives. If we don't want bodies of water like this to be polluted, there are many simple ways that individuals can use less plastic in their lives. Something as seemingly small as starting to use a reusable water bottle or grocery bag goes a long way. Even a recyclable paper cup is better for the environment than using plastic. Other simple ways you can use less plastic include saying no to plastic straws and looking out for products that come in materials like cardboard instead of plastic. As much as individuals can make a change, governments are ultimately responsible for large-scale change that will make a significant difference. On the bright side, multiple governments have started making changes for a better future. For example, here in Canada, the federal government is gradually eliminating all plastic waste in its operations. Justin Trudeau launched the International Plastics Charter in June of 2018, and on June 10th, he announced a ban on single-use plastic by 2021. Other countries that are significantly restricting the use of plastic are India, Britain, Peru, the US, Ecuador, Brazil, and many more. All of these countries are restricting the use of single-use plastic and trying to clean up plastic from bodies of water. As a result of the amount of plastic in the oceans, the negative health effects caused by plastic, and the fact that we need to do more to solve the problem, it's hard to deny that plastic waste is one of the Earth's most significant issues.
No more sailing, so long sailing, bye-bye.